Welcome to the mystery and journey of Brigid, the archetype and Celtic goddess of the hearth, the forge, poetry and healing. And welcome to Imbolc, an ancient seasonal festival that marks the turning point of the year. Imbolc arrives when winter is not yet over, but something has begun to stir beneath the surface. And the days are lengthening, and the first signs of life are quietly returning. Everything is filled with promise there. Imbolc is also a time of gentle renewal. It asks for patience and listening rather than rushing. And Brigid teaches us how to tend what is just beginning, our energy, our creativity, our truth. And as we enter this mystery, we will open with a blessing for Brigid. And I ask that you join me by the fire and allow yourself to be embraced by her mystery. Beloved Brigid, keeper of the hearth and the sacred flame, we welcome you. Stand with us as we gather. Help us tend what is true, warm what has grown cold, and remember the fire that is ours to keep. There is a time in the year when the land is quiet but not empty, a time when nothing appears to be happening on the surface, yet deep within the earth, life is gathering itself. This is the time of Brigid. She is not the fire that blazes across the hills. She is the ember banked beneath ash, the warmth that does not demand attention, the light that waits patiently for its moment to rise. Long ago, before roads were laid and names were fixed, Brigid walked the land as a presence rather than a figure. She moved through hearth smoke and spring water, through poetry spoken aloud and metal shaped by flame. Wherever people tended fire with care, she was there. Wherever a woman gave birth, sang a song, or stood quietly keeping watch through the night, Brigid was there. In the deepest part of winter, when the nights were long and the cold pressed close, the people gathered around their hearths. They told stories to remember themselves. They kept fires alive. And it was said that on one such night, when the fire burned low and hope felt thin, Brigid entered the house of a woman who had forgotten her own spark. The woman had lived many years giving to others. She had kept the fires burning for children, for lovers, for elders, for community. Yet she learned how to be reliable, steady and strong. But somewhere along the way, she had stopped listening to herself. Her hands moved out of habit, her days passed in repetition. The fire she tended warmed everyone else, yet she herself felt cold. Brigid stood quietly in the doorway and watched. She did not rush forward. She did not speak immediately. She waited. The woman noticed the fire crackle strangely, as if stirred by unseen breath. She looked up and saw Brigid standing there, not grand or adorned, but simple and luminous, as if shaped from the firelight itself. "Who are you?" the woman asked. Brigid smiled gently. "I am the one who keeps the flame," she said. "I am the one who knows when it is time to tend and when it is time to rest." The woman frowned. "I have been tending fires my whole life," she replied. "I don't know how to do anything else." Brigid stepped closer and knelt beside the hearth. "Yes," she said softly, "but you have forgotten which fire is yours." Brigid reached into the hearth and took a single ember into her palm. It did not burn her. She held it up between them. "This is your spark," she said. "Not the fire you give away, not the fire that keeps others warm, but the fire that belongs only to you." The woman felt something stir in her chest. A memory, not of words, but of feeling. She remembered a time when she had spoken without apologizing, a time when her hands had made things simply for joy, a time when she had rested without guilt. "I don't know how to return to that," she whispered. Brigid nodded. "That is why I am here," she said. She led the woman outside into the cold night air. The ground was hard with frost. The sky was clear and wide. "Look," Brigid said. The woman followed her gaze and saw the faintest signs of change. Buds sealed tight against the cold, water moving beneath ice, the earth breathing quietly. "Nothing forces the thaw," Brigid continued. "No seed shames itself for resting, no flame apologizing for needing fuel." She turned to the woman. "You are exactly where you need to be right now." The woman felt tears rise, slow and heavy. Brigid then took her to the forge, where fire was used not for warmth, but for shaping. The forge was loud, hot, and alive. Metal lay waiting, raw, unformed, honest. "This is the fire of becoming," Brigid said. "It is not the same as the hearth fire. It demands attention, but it also demands truth." She placed a piece of metal into the flames. "You cannot shape what you refuse to feel," she said, "and you cannot become what you are unwilling to claim." The woman watched as the metal glowed, softened, changed. She recognized herself, the years of pressure, the quiet endurance, the heat she had survived. Brigid handed her the hammer. "What are you ready to shape now?" she asked. The woman did not answer with words. She lifted the hammer and struck. Each strike was a choice. Each strike an act of remembering. When the shaping was done, Brigid led her to the water. A clear spring flowed nearby, untouched by frost. Steam rose where warm metal met cold water. "This is the final teaching," Brigid said. "Fire gives form, Water gives flexibility. Without one or the other, nothing can hold. She placed the shaped metal into the spring. The woman felt the balance settle in her body. Heat and cool, action and rest, expression and containment. She exhaled fully for the first time in years. As dawn approached, Brigid walked with her back toward the hearth. The fire still burned there, steady and kind. This is the fire you return to, Brigid said. Not the fire that consumes you, but the fire that knows you. The woman looked at her. "Will you stay?" she asked. And Brigid smiled. "I never leave," she said. "I live in every act of care that includes yourself, in every word spoken from truth, in every choice to tend your own flame." She stepped back, her form softening into light, into warmth, into presence. And so it is said that Brigid walks still, through kitchens and studios, through birthing rooms and quiet mornings, through poems written and truths spoken aloud. She does not arrive with force, she arrives when you are ready to stop abandoning yourself. Here, she stands beside you, not asking you to burn brighter, not asking you to do more, only asking, what flame is yours to tend now?